Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew from Wrestling IQ 101. When I'm not hosting our podcast, I'm usually at collarandelbowbrand.com. That's right, Collar and Elbow is the only place that combines wrestling with street attire. And I know what you're thinking, I want to look fashionable too, and I also want to save 10%. So head over to collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code WIQ101 and look fashionable and save some money. And now, on with the show.
Oh, this is the Panda Man from Panda Land, Fallah Bahh. You're listening to Andrew, Pat, and Rocky. Wrestling IQ 101. Oh.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And today I'm sitting with Ron Voyage. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I'm on vacation right now, so it's going good.
That's awesome, man. I wish I was on vacation. I just had a grueling week at work, and I'm super jealous, man. So,
dude, once you get the time, trust me, book a flight to Hawaii or something like that. You'll be good.
Actually, that's like my dream destination because I feel like I'll look smaller next to those guys and the big guys in dresses, you know.
Oh, the big old fat touristy guys like myself in Hawaii. Yeah, I feel you. I know that.
Yeah. And they'll be like, wow, did Andrew go away and lose some weight? And I'll be like, yeah, I did, you know.
He looks really thin next to that 500-pound man over there.
Yeah, right. You know, maybe some girls will find me sexy for once, you know. I know.
Dude, bro, I got a dad bod, and I still pull in some chicas every once in a while, so it's all good, man.
All right, sounds good. I mean, so, you know, obviously vacation is a passion of yours, but just as much as that is the in-ring action, how did you fall in love with wrestling?
My earliest wrestling memory is watching WCW back in the day, and that's really what got me started into watching wrestling, because I was around like 7, 8 years old, and I turned on WCW, and it was actually one of the first times I started watching. I saw Macho Man and Hogan, and they all were in the black and white, you know, the whole NWO thing started back in the day, so that's really what got me started watching those guys.
Yeah. You know, my earliest memories of you was at PWS. You know, how did you get started there, and how did the personas come up?
PWS. Oh, yes. Pat Buck's old company, right?
Yeah.
I actually was, like, training for Pat Buck. I was already in the business for about 5 years before I got there, because I was, you know, when I first started, just like everyone else, backyarding with the buddies and stuff like that. And a good friend of mine, Joey Janela, hit me up on AIM. I don't know if you guys remember what AIM is, like that whole buddy list thing, AOL.
Yeah, of course.
He hit me up on there. He was like, hey, man, you want to come start training? He brought me to a school with the main trainers over there were Corey Havoc and Dirtbag Dan. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but they started giving me my first bumps, and from there I was going to every single show in New Jersey possible. I was going to these Dapper shows for years and years and years. And then finally one day, Janela again was like, hey, I'm doing this whole gimmick over here with PWS Pat Buck. He was doing Starman, and I was like, dude, let me get in there. I got to get up in there. And I started going there, trained there for about 2.5 years. I was doing that. And Pat had thrown the idea of being a Teen Wolf, Johnny Howell, and I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Heck yeah, I love the gimmick. I love the idea of the gimmick, and it was wonderful. It's you know, it got a nice little pop, and the fans loved it. I loved it. So there's really no no, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the damn word I'm looking for, but I loved it, and that's how I got started over there.
Yeah, you know, as Johnny Howell, you got to be in the ring with like Fallah Bahh. You know, seeing what he has gone through, and now that he's on Impact, you know, how was getting in the ring with him, and are you happy for him?
Dude, first off, Fallah is one of the best, like, in-ring performers, period. Like, he was working Habib from the car wash one day, and the way Fallah was just controlling the crowd, it was one of the, like, it was a sight to see. Like, I've never seen anyone work a crowd the way he did, and him on Impact right now, him and Kevin Matthews, they're both just killing it. They're both hilarious. They both deserve it. Like, they busted their ass to be where they are, and proud of them. You know what I mean? Like, how can I not be?
Yeah, you can't knock those guys, and it's exciting to see them, you know, finally
Hell
get.
No, man. It's working with Fallah and training with all those guys over there. Like, made me step up my game. So I'm glad that, you know, that people have actually watched them and supported them their whole careers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this, man, because you're no stranger to the ring as well. You know, we worked in various places. Do you have a favorite crowd that you've been at?
Oh, you know what? Favorite crowd? Yes. I was doing this juggalo character for the company is called RTS, Ride the Fury. It was being run by Patrick Garrity and Jeff Cannonball. I know you guys know who Jeff Cannonball is. That's the dude right there.
Yeah.
And I did this juggalo gimmick called Sweater Vest, and these people hated me there. It was the most heat I've ever gotten in my entire life. And that was my favorite crowd because they despised me. It was fucking fabulous. I worked, oh my God, hold on. Her name was Lizzie Reyes, I believe her name was.
Okay.
And she was like a 6'5", just hell of a woman, and she kicked my ass and wound up going over dirty with my buddy Shot Glass. Eddie Franken was doing another juggalo gimmick, and the crowd hated us, and that was my favorite crowd, most likely, because they just wasn't big, but I just got the best reaction out of them, and that's probably my favorite crowd.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It sounds like it was pretty hellish.
Dude, she was she was from Boston.
Oh, yeah?
She's a badass chick, dude. She was a badass chick.
Yeah, I don't usually mess with girls from Boston. I like my Jersey girls. They'll kick your ass too. So, Rod, let me ask you this, man. So, you know, you and Mike Dell have had quite a history because you wrestled at PWS and then just a couple months ago at Synergy. You know, is he one of your favorite opponents?
Yes. Me and Dell have probably worked each other like via training and shows like a good over 100 times, 200 times. Like when Pat Buck would be like, "Hey, let's time to do drills or time to do this, you know, learn something." Me and Dell were always in the ring first, and I know for a fact he would vouch on that 100%. He's that dude, and he's killing it now too. Shit, man, all these guys are killing it. Fuck, it's awesome. I'm so proud. Like, I'm happy for all these people, dude. These guys are all great guys, and we're all on the East Coast. This is all East Coast talent. You know what I mean? So it just goes to show all these East Coast guys can step it up with anybody in the world, and that's a fact. Like Mike Dell, he just did like IWA Mid-South, so now he's creeping over, you know, creeping over to the West a little bit, and people should know that guy's name. He's not the Patriot Mike Dell, by the way. He's Mike Dell, the lifeguard, is how I know him.
Yeah, man, running in slow motion with Ashley, right?
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God, yes. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah, with Ashley Massar, right? Hell yeah.
Yeah, those were some good times, man. I had some fond memories watching you out there at the Rahway Rec Center.
I love working down. We barely have to fucking talk, you know what I mean? I'm just like, hey, what's up? Let's go do it. And again, we just go fucking do it.
So when you see these guys, you know, getting breaks and stuff like that, how does that motivate you to step your game up, you know, if it does?
I have some. You know, I've always. It sucks to say this, but I've been a gimmick guy my whole career.
Okay.
I've always done something to get me on a show. I've dressed up as a. Sorry about that. I've dressed up as a famous TV clown just to get on a show. I've been a juggalo. I've been a werewolf. I've been Ron Voyage. Like, I've done it all. And to see these guys just keep reinventing themselves so they can also pursue the next level, it makes me want to do that as well. So I got another idea coming up pretty soon that I think everyone's going to like. So I just want everyone to be ready for that, because once I bust that out, I feel like it's going to really help me get to the next level and show put more respect on my name. Honestly, that's what I'm going for.
Is a guy like Mick Foley an inspiration to you? Because he was almost like a gimmick guy in WWE. He had 3 different personas.
Dude, Mick Foley is legit one of my top 5 favorite of all time. Mm-hmm. And like when I met him one time, like when I was doing the Johnny Howell gimmick, mm-hmm. He popped huge for the gimmick. He asked me to take a picture. You know what I mean? Like,
oh wow,
I don't want to sound like he walked up to me. He's like, I gotta take a picture with you, man. I love this gimmick. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, my heart dropped. I was like, he's asking me? I was like, oh shit, all right. So we did it. The picture got some buzz on the internet, like on TMZ and all over Twitter for a little while, so that was cool. And to see him be happy with one of my gimmicks, mm-hmm. It doesn't really upset me that I'm a gimmick guy, you know what I mean? Because I do these gimmicks because he did those gimmicks, you know what I mean? He had, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, the Commissioner, Mankind, all that stuff. And yeah. I love the fact that I can play different personas just like he did. It shows like a range, you know what I mean? It shows what you can do with different types, and I enjoy that. I enjoy it a lot. So being like a Mick Foley type of guy is not a bad fucking thing for me. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you, man. It's awesome. You know,
yeah.
I remember. I would tape the PWS TV show, and you were such a big part of that. You know, did you find that being stressful, being directed, or having a match for like to tape for TV? You know, was that stuff difficult for you, or did it just come naturally?
No, man. It wasn't difficult because of the great training we were getting from Pat and Matthews and Bocara and Moff, who were all the head trainers over there. They care about their product. They love it. Now that it's WrestlePro now, and all that devilish, crappy bullshit that came along with PWS isn't there anymore, I'm 100% sure that it's even better than when it used to be. So I can only imagine, and definitely check out WrestlePro because they love what they do over there. They teach everyone the right steps of TV, like facing the hard cam for TV, or knowing what's gonna matter where and timing and everything. It's immaculate what they do over there.
Yeah, yeah, it absolutely it is, and it's just getting bigger and bigger for them. They're working with like Impact Wrestling now. It kind of reminds me of a younger JAP if you ever went to them.
Oh yeah. JAP. That's everybody knows JAP. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I know Pat's. He's worked with Jarrett in the past. I know they got like GFW shows coming up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what else? And they do work with Impact. They have some of their guys, even as if they're extra spots or something like that, or you know what I mean, or they bring in people for a one and done to put someone else over. It doesn't matter. It's a great mesh of companies working together.
Yeah. And the thing I always liked about you, man, is that you stepped in the ring with a younger, Nikos Rikos and Micah Jenkins. How was it, knowing that these guys had a lot of talent, but they were still kind of getting used to being in the ring?
See, Nikos Rikos, I mean, they both had just started, you know what I mean, after I was there for a little while. But they developed daily, dude, Michael Jenkins. Oh, Michael Jenkins. Warren's fucking ass. That's right.
Yeah, from the Taboo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's I forget people's names sometimes, dude. I'm sorry.
That's
It's
okay.
all over the place. You know how it is.
Yeah. Vacation
Those
break.
guys, they bust their ass. Like, it's like if you see pictures of like before and after, like you can see the change in the body, how they've developed and looked better and stuff like that. You can see the change in character after, like, you know, learning from your mistakes and your lessons, and their in-ring ability is actually a lot better, and I'm actually kind of pissed off because I want to work them now, honestly, because they're so much better now. Like, why would I not want to work with them at their prime? You know what I'm saying? So that's hey, Nikos and Jenkins, I'm coming for you guys, all right?
You heard it here first, you know, double challenge.
Hell yeah, dude. We can do a three-way. That's cool with me. I don't care. I love dancing. Let's do it.
You know, a big part of your career has been GTS too. You know, how have the fans received you there?
Oh, they hate me there, dude. They hate me. I came up with babyface and stuff like that, and they think I'm boring. They think I'm a kind of like a rip-off of like a beach bum, like the beach bums over at WrestlePro,
Yeah.
and like a rip-off of Elias on television, and I don't think I'm anywhere near that. I may look like the guy, but that just means we're both super pretty. So that's all I got to say about that. That's it, man. That's it. The Ron Voyage is a traveling business vacation man. He's a shoebie. He's nothing like the two, but you know, I could see the similarities, I guess.
Yeah, you know, that's funny that they hate you, man. Because every time I see you, people they love you, man. Like,
I know, like live crowds, like they love. Like I go, like we're July 21st in Boone, New Jersey for SWF. Those live crowds, they love me. So like they cheer, they pop for me. But like I guess everyone on the internet is just like, who the hell is this guy?
yeah, and I mentioned, you know, SWF. You just mentioned it. You know, how was it making your debut there?
Dude, debuting for a company is always a special thing because I love just not to be known, but to be used as a professional wrestler. Right? It's a great feeling to, you know, come out and get a natural reaction, a first-time reaction. So if you can make a person love you or hate you the first time, then you could do it every other time. That's it. It's all about just the feel of everything that goes down.
Yeah, you know, I remember like the first time I saw you, you came out at a UWA Elite show in a Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to you know, throwing some hands, and you got eliminated pretty early, and I was like, oh my god. And the best part is,
I think, didn't Magic eliminate me? That dude's a legend, man. How am I supposed to face up a legend like that? That's rough.
Yeah.
We were dancing a little bit, and you know, I got the conga line going, and then he got me from behind. There's nothing I could do about it. That guy's smart. He's a veteran for a reason.
Yeah, of course, not a bad guy to be. And then like the funniest thing was, like, you just grabbed the suitcase and you were just like, peace out, everybody.
Yeah, I had to go catch a flight, man. I was in and out, and I had things to do. You know what I mean? I was just having a good time. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I showed up late, I'm pretty sure, too. The Battle Royal had already started, and I, like, walked through the door pretty late.
Yeah.
Like, that might have been it. I was just having too much fun. That's why I got eliminated.
Yeah, but, you know, that stuff is so memorable, even for me. I'm just like, damn, like, and that was a while ago too, but I was like, yo, this guy you have something, man, for sure.
Awesome.
So WWE, they have this show where they do like story times about, you know, different ribs or traveling in the car with people.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. They got that on their network, right?
Yeah. You know, do you have any good?
For $9.99, right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What's that into?
So, do you have any good stories you could share?
Good stories I can share. Oh, good story that I can share. Let me think. A really good story. All right. This might... Oh, no. You know what? This is a good story. I was doing PWS for Johnny Howell, and I was doing like a Super Royal Rumble type of deal going on, and one of the guys from the BWO. You know what BWO is with
Yeah, of course.
Stevie Richards,
Blue Meanie, Nova.
and Nova. So Nova popped hard for my gimmick, and he just came up with this awesome idea. It was like last minute. He's like, we're gonna do this, 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 and this, and he turns to me. He goes, we're gonna mess around with the basketball, and then you're gonna bite me, and then I'm gonna turn into a werewolf, and then I'm gonna attack the BWO and shit like that, which was awesome because like to have a guy who was like at that stature, like want to work with my gimmick and stuff like that, I thought it was amazing. So having him like want to work with me is a great feeling. It was a great feeling because he popped hard for the gimmick. So I always appreciate Nova. He's a good dude, always.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Dude. Yeah, it was a good time. It's a good time. I love the way people work in this business. It's you gotta be friendly. You know what I mean? You don't want to work with dickheads.
Yeah, talking about being friendly. Who are some of the friends that you've made that you're still friendly with?
That I'm still friend. Oh man, I'm cool with everybody, dude. Cannonball is a boy. Janela, me and him were just kicking it the other day. I see Rhett Titus all the time at GTS. He's another one. He was another one who helped me when I started early.
Mm-hmm.
Vincenzo for SWF. That's my homie right there too. That's my homie right there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's a long list, dude. It's a really long list. I love everyone that I've worked with, everyone that I'm friends with. I try to be as friendly as possible. There's no reason to, we're all brothers in this. That's it.
Yeah, and I could tell because we've been in the back before. We've had conversations, and you just light everybody up. You always have a smile on your face, and it just seemed like you have a good time, and that's really refreshing.
Yeah, how can you not have a good time in this business, man? It's a distraction from the real world,
mm-hmm.
but it becomes a real world when you're in it. You know what I mean? It's your own separate false reality that you get to love and enjoy, and you got to go back to the real world sometimes. But hey, there's nothing wrong with escaping it every once in a while.
Yeah, it's obviously you could tell that you have such a passion for wrestling. Did you ever think about maybe when you're done wrestling, maybe becoming a manager or a color commentator?
I would legit wipe Dan Moff's ass until he was 100 years old, if that means I get to stay in the business. I really don't give a shit.
Really?
I don't care. I love everything about it. It doesn't matter. I could be a ref. I can be a manager. Mm-hmm. I've done all these things, so why the hell not?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't care if I gotta, you know what I mean? Like I said, wiping butts is fine with me, as long as I get to still be in the business.
That's nice. That's good to hear, man. Because a lot of people, maybe they won't take that path. Even if their passion is this. So that's awesome to hear.
A lot of people want to do like the wrestling aspect of it, and I get it, man. I get it. It's the most, you get the most attention from it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? It's people work just as hard in the back,
mm-hmm.
in like Gorilla and stuff like that, than the dudes that work out in the ring.
Yeah.
Everyone has a part. Everyone does a great job. As long as everything meshes well together, then there's nothing to go home sad about.
Yeah. What has been your personal achievement that you can look back maybe in 10 years and be like, wow, I made an impact or something like that, when you reflect?
I think everything every time I step into a ring is a personal achievement, man. It's me being able to do so in the first place is what makes this special. Me being able to love what I do, to get up every morning and be breathing and be able to, hey, man, I can wrestle. My own personal achievement is the fact that I've busted my ass to even learn how to wrestle in the first place. That I can look back and be happy with whatever I do from now for the first 10 years and whatever I'm going to do in the next 10.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. that's awesome
Hell
to hear. And that's a great mindset to have, for sure.
Hell yeah.
You got in the ring with also Jake the Snake Roberts. Was that a little intimidating?
Oh yeah, yes it was. But you know what's funny about that story? when there was like a rap, like a performing, like some dude was like performing or something like that earlier in the show. And after he comes out and makes a save, I lift his arm up and he looks at me. He was like, I thought you were that fucking rapper guy. I thought it was about to DDT you too. I was like, oh my god. he was just out there, not collecting a check, but like he has fun and he goes through the motions, and it was awesome. It was funny.
That sounds pretty hilarious.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's one thing I would never want is a DDT from Jake the Snake.
Yeah, and out of nowhere too, just like, oh, you're this guy, fucking here, DDT, you're dead.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of moves I would take before that one.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
I saw what he did to Steamboat with the concrete. Oh man.
Oh dude, hell, oh my god, that was brutal.
Yeah, what was some of the best advice you've been given as from anybody in wrestling?
The best advice I've ever been given in wrestling. The best advice I was ever given in wrestling? Damn, I've been given so much, man. I couldn't even pinpoint something. The best advice that I could give is to just live your dream, dude. Just live it. Just be happy with what you do. And take everything with a grain of salt. There it is. That's the advice. Okay. Take everything with a grain of salt, because no one's going to like what you do, or someone's going to like what you do. It doesn't matter as long as you're happy.
Yeah, that's some pretty sound advice right there,
Yeah, man.
Now that you're competing more in SWF, you've had a match of Synergy. What's next for you, man? Do you want to continue? What's next? Is WWE is your goal still, or is it?
I want to wrestle everywhere, man. I don't care. I don't care what or who it's for. Book me, because I can work my ass off, and I know that for a fact. Yes, I mean everyone's goal is to be WWE, Ring of Honor, New Japan, TNA, all that stuff. But you know what I mean. As long as I get to lock up, that's fine with me.
So let me ask you this my last question before we let you go. When you're not vacationing and you're not wrestling, what is the real downtime like? Is it with the family? Is it sitting at home watching Netflix?
My downtime I spend with my daughter. She's the light of my life. I never knew. I always thought wrestling was going to be my purpose on this planet, but being a father is the first one. Wrestling could come second, because she's terrific and I love her so much.
Oh, that's awesome to hear, man.
I watch. I was actually starting to get her to watch Dragon Ball Z, which is amazing, and I love it so much. That's what I want her to be a perfect mirror image of me.
Okay.
And watching Dragon Ball Z and superhero shows and all that stuff is what I do with her, and it's great.
Oh man, well it sounds like you're a fun dad. I mean, you're an absolutely fun wrestler to watch, an entertainer.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that.
And next time I see you, man, I want you to bring me one of those lays. So I want to get laid.
Oh, dude, I will definitely get you laid, brother. Are you kidding me? That's my job, man.
Awesome. Ron, where can people get you on social media if they want to connect?
I do everything through Twitter, because I use Facebook and Instagram for personal reasons and stuff like that, because I have pictures of my daughter on there, and all those creepos are out there. But you can find me on Twitter at @RonVoyage_.
Awesome.
That's it, man.
And thank you so much for taking the time and talking with me.
No, thank you for interviewing me, man. I think this is like the second interview I've ever done, so I'm pretty fucking excited about it.
Oh, well, thanks again. And for us, we are Wrestling IQ 101. You can follow us on
Wrestling IQ 101. Follow these guys; they're awesome.
Thank you. And then follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101.
Yeah.
And make sure you subscribe. And then also listen to us on the B Plus Player Network, available on all social media platforms, from iTunes, from SoundCloud, to Stitcher. I mean, Mark Haggerty does a fantastic job putting this out every week for us.
Yeah. Oh, Mark Haggerty does your stuff?
Yeah, he puts this on his
Dude,
network.
Dude, that's a good dude right there. I just met him. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and he's a fantastic ring announcer as well.
Yeah, dude, he's really good. Hell yeah, he is.
Yeah. So Ron, thanks again, man, and we'll see you at the matches soon.
Oh, definitely see you soon, brother. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go drink some martinis with these ladies in bikinis real quick. All right?
Oh, where are you at?
Oh, brother, what do you mean? I'm in Hawaii. Dog.
Oh, that's right, you're in Hawaii. Oh, the time difference is killing me right now. Ron, bon voyage till the next time, my good friend.
Thank you, brother. Take it easy, man.